Hello and welcome to this Facebook Live where I'm going to talk about stress and why it makes you gain weight. It was supposed to happen at 10 o'clock this morning, but then the boiler technician decided to walk through the back of the film and come and talk to me. Then it was supposed to happen at lunchtime and I had technical difficulties. So fingers crossed, this one is going to happen and it's going to work. So welcome to anybody who would like to join me, and if you're not joining me live, then I hope you watch it later. Also, please feel free to share and spread the word. These videos are informative and meant to give you little bits of information that will help you to hopefully lose some weight. So last time I spoke about why willpower doesn't work and why we're sort of hardwired to not be able to respond to it in its first survival. Today I'm going to go a little bit deeper into that and talk about how stress makes you crave foods, particularly sugary foods or things like chocolate, sweets, crisps, chips, that kind of thing. Now, the first thing, it's interesting to know a little bit about the stress response and what we call the fight or flight response. So to understand what that is and how that works. If you imagine that you're walking through the forest, it's a lovely sunny day, you're feeling good, maybe you find a blueberry tree, one for me, one for basket, one for me, one for basket, everything's good. You're nice and relaxed, your digestion is working properly, your body is able to make all the hormones that it needs to make for digestion, for growth, for making babies, sex hormones, all of those kinds of things. In that point, you're in what's called the parasympathetic side of the nervous system. Now, that's all well and good until a bear jumps out in front of you. Ah! In that instant, you switch from the sympathetic side of the nervous system into the sympathetic side of the nervous system. And that is the stress response. And that's where this fight or flight response kicks in. So what happens in that instant is that your body is flooded with stress hormones, like adrenaline, for example. And that's really good because it's a life-saving event. Hi, Dean. It saves your life, basically, because it takes away all of the energy and blood and every nutrients and everything from that internal part of the body. So you stop digesting, you stop making stress hormones, and you go into hyper-anxious mode. So your eyes are out on stalks, you're able to look around and see an escape route, or you're able to see where the best place is to throw a spear or something like that. And you also get all your energy in your arms and legs so that you can run or you can fight and all of those things that you need to do to survive. Now, to get that little bit of energy, your body releases a little bit of sugar from the liver where it's kept for emergency situations. Okay, so there's always a little bit of sugar stored in the liver. And in this kind of instant, releases it into the bloodstream because you might not have blood that just happens to be in your bloodstream because you're not supposed to. So the body releases it, you get that little burst of energy, hopefully you either run away or kill the bear or whatever it happens, and you survive. Once you've survived, you then go into the parasympathetic side of the nervous system again and relax. Now the next thing that happens is your brain says, okay, we need to replace that sugar in the liver so that we have it for the next bear that jumps out in front of us. So you are hardwired to go searching for something to eat that is going to allow you to do that. And what is the fastest form of sugar? It's something that's sweet and sugary. So when we were living in forests and in the wild and things like that, then it wouldn't have been so easy to come by. We would have had to search for that to eat it. We would have then had to prepare it, or if we were lucky to have been around a fruit tree, we could have eaten a load of fruit. The problem with modern day life is that we don't have to do anything more than just kind of reach out a hand and eat it. So if you've come home, you've had a really stressful day at work, you've done everything you need to do, you plant down in front of the TV, the first thing your body goes is, oh, I need something sweet, or I need some chips, or a glass of wine, or a beer, or something like that. And that is your body's way of replacing that sugar in the liver. Now, again, if we were living in the wild, then there'd be a limited amount of that. We're also, if it was a fruit tree that you found, you probably know yourself, there's only a certain amount of fruit that you can eat before you go, oh God, I'm done with that. Whereas when we have things like chips, there's not really any off switch because you can just keep eating and eating and eating. And luckily for us, in the 21st century, we have all of these things just to hand, and we can just keep eating and eating and eating because there's not really any off switch. So that's why stress makes you gain weight. Now, there's also a load of other things that go on inside of that. So when you go into that stress response and you get that sugar in your blood system, you don't want it to be taken away immediately by insulin, because normally when you eat something, and I spoke about this in the first video, when you eat something, it digests into sugar in the bloodstream, your body sends insulin to take it away and put it into the cells where it's then used for growth, etc., like I spoke about. If you release the sugar from your liver to fight the animal and your insulin suddenly comes and takes it away again, then you're not going to have the energy to fight. So changes happen when you've got these stress hormones in your body to stop that from happening. And the response that happens there is that it means that if you're constantly flooded with these stress hormones, it makes the way that your cells respond different to the way that normally it does. And you can become what's called insulin resistant. And when you talk about insulin resistance, then that's on the way to getting diabetes, type 2 diabetes. So that change in the cell response is also responsible for making you pack on weight, because it's not the way it should be. Now, if you were just in the forest and you happen to have the occasional bear jumping out in front of you, that's not going to be a problem. But because in our daily lives, we have so many bears to deal with, we have the bear that is our boss, we have our bear that is the traffic in the morning, we have the bear that is the kids not going to bed, we have the bears from our past that we think about that are activated every time we think about them if we haven't got over whatever it is. So many bears jumping out of us that we spend much too much of our time in the stress response. And that means that our cells aren't working the way they should do, which leads to us gaining weight. So what can you do about it? Well, you need to learn to chill out a little bit more. When you go to work, if you know that your boss is a dick, you can't change that, but you can change your response to him or her. So you need to think about things that you can do. Do you need to find a place to go and be able to breathe for 5 minutes? Or do you need to take a cup of relaxing herbal tea with you so that you can have a cup of that? Just anything that you can do to chill out. If you're not sleeping well, that's another cause of stress. If you've got lots and lots of stuff going around in your mind, then think about ways and techniques that you can deal with getting that stuff off your mind. There's so many different things that can cause us stress, but there are also lots and lots of different techniques that we can use to deal with them. Even just deep breathing for 10 minutes is shown to lower the amount of stress hormones circulating in your body. So everybody should do at least 10 minutes a day of deep breathing just to give their body a rest. And if you can do it for more than that, then that's brilliant. Meditation is a really good example of that, because you slow your body down, you take your mind off all of that stuff, and hypnosis as well is also really, really brilliant. So if you are a very stressed out person and you're finding it difficult to lose weight, then maybe you need to learn some of these different techniques. And that's where I come in. I can teach you some techniques to help. I can help you to deal with your bears, either present bears or past bears, using the techniques that I'm trained in. And at the same time, I can help you to eat foods that will stop you having cravings for these bad things, for these sugars. Because also by balancing your diet and your blood sugar levels, that's going to also help you to lower the cravings for these foods. So I invite you to click on the link, which I've put in the comment. And if you want to have a chat with me and see if I can help you, then please do. I've said it before, I'll say it again. My aim is to help 100 people to drop a dress size before Easter this year. I'm well on the way to that, but I need more people to come and join me. So click on the link and I would love to see you. Take care. Bye-bye.